One thing I do know is that authoritarianism is afoot, that health is the weapon they're going to use, most likely like they tried during COVID, to take all of our rights away. And not just here in America, all around the world. In fact, it seems to be taking hold even in stronger ways in Europe, and that's what I found out when I was just in Europe on a tour just last week. Take a look at this.
We're on a tiny little prop plane heading to Guernsey. Apparently Guernsey has one of the highest vaccination rates when it comes to COVID in the world. All right, Guernsey.
Hello everyone, it's lovely to be here talking about the truth, the necessity to confront the fact that we're being lied to.
Is there anyone here who feels their rights were violated during COVID-19 the last few years? Yeah, I thought there'd be a few of us.
Until we understand that freedom and morality are directly proportional, we will continue to walk down the path of tyranny and slavery.
Really? We have to keep these vaccines on the market because you're afraid of being impeached? I don't accept it for a minute. You heard about ICANN, the World Council for Health, the McCullough Foundation. We have formed successful entities. What's the commonality of all of us? We're not fearful.
Who is ready to speak their truth? Who is ready to change the world? Let it be so.
What I discovered is it wasn't just autism, and it wasn't just the MMR vaccine. There was an ocean of vaccine injury, and nobody was talking about it.
I'm backstage. We're here just outside of Amsterdam. It's like 15 of the superheroes of medical freedom, scientist transparency.
It is time to bring people to justice and bring the manufacturers to justice. We know that the injections, they were designed by the military. Military knows how to manipulate people. It is psyops.
In London, I was arrested because I was the one who said to the public, they're planning a worldwide pandemic and they want to vaccinate them all. It's a pre-planned crime.
How many of you in the audience know someone in your circle who's been injured, disabled, or has died due to the COVID-19 vaccine? Let's show a hand.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's your answer. We are beyond the tipping point.
They are lying to you and they are controlling you, and you need to start stepping up, talking to each other, and rise up as the humanity we need to be.
I watched your inconvenient study.
Yeah.
A second time the other night, tears to the eye, shocking. Maybe your top summary of that lack of proof behind not just COVID, but most vaccines.
It's time for us to stand up and to show that we are there, to speak out, and also to celebrate our success, because we are the winning team. Can I have a big applause?
It was an amazing journey, and amazing to see how like-minded we are in different nations. If you follow me on my socials, then you would have seen as I was reporting on that journey, the discoveries I was having. But the central point that has affected me from that trip and is really making me sit with my team here saying, what do we need to work on next? What can we achieve? How do we take this to the next level? What really grabbed my attention was when I was in the UK in Guernsey. That island was like 97% vaccinated, and they're having all sorts of health issues. It's really bad, which is why they're packing that room, trying to understand what happened to them. Really great people, just trying to do the right thing, being compliant. But what I discovered when I was there is that the UK, the COVID vaccine uptake rate was about 70%. 30% of the UK did not receive a single COVID vaccine. And then I was talking to Denmark and all the different people from all around Europe, and they were all saying the same thing. Yeah, we're about the same place. Germany, Belgium, Switzerland, all around the world. I think Africa, 70%, which I think is really interesting. We can just hear those numbers. You go, well, 30% is the ones that didn't vaccinate, this tiny little group. Think about what that means. Think about just for a second that 30% of the entire world, of all the human beings in the world, coming from different cultures, races, religions, with the propaganda like we've never seen in every nation, the WHO, all the fear, you aren't protecting, all of the guilt and the jealousy, or whatever they could use to turn us against each other, 30% just said, hell no. No matter what you say or what you put on my television all day long, I am not doing it. And then think about the fact that 30% didn't know that there was that many of us. We didn't know. This was my message, as you heard as I was speaking to this crowd. You realize that if any business tried to make you vaccinate, if you'd have talked to everyone, every employee there, and found the 30% that would most likely be there, you could have said 30% of us are walking out of your company if you decided to bring a vaccine mandate. No company would go through with that. They couldn't afford it. They couldn't do it. It wouldn't work. If every nation said 30% said, oh, hell no, we know we're standing together, and guess who we're voting for? Not you next time. You want to go against the 30% that's solid, that's here, that has some natural, God-given rebellion to propaganda. I mean, it's really, truly astounding. And then add to that the fact that of the 70% that remain, how many got the vaccine just because they were forced to? Didn't believe in it, didn't want it, didn't like the science, would have rejected it if they felt like they could. Maybe they needed to see a loved one that was in the hospital, or they believed that they would lose their job, so they did it. How many was that? I have to believe that puts us over 50% that all said, this is BS. But 30% can change the world. In fact, 30% is going to change the world. But we have to start talking. We have to start standing up. We have to start expressing what it means to be that 30% of thinking people, so that those other 70% or half of them or the others that went along with it because they didn't think there was anyone else out there, they know we're there. And if you're in that 30% and you're being lazy, you're not supporting groups, if you are into the investigation of terrain theory, if you're not supporting Alex Zak or Ben Tapper or Katie Collins and the work that they're doing, then what benefit are you bringing? These people are putting their butts on the line. They're putting it out there. If you're in that 30% that is worried about AI and is worried about the authoritarian surveillance state, but you have a Ring camera on your door, I know you're there. I know you're watching right now. I know how convenient it is to be able to check in on your door, but you are putting the bars on our prison. And so many of you that are worried about AI, they're even telling me I'm writing using AI to figure out how inhuman it's going to be. I'm using my ChatGPT or checking my science against AI. And I'm really worried about AI, but AI is telling me I'm on the right path. I get it. There's an advantage to using AI right now. There's an advantage to getting a leg up on the other business until they start using it too, and eventually this pyramid will all come collapsing down. But where will we be? Who will we blame? AI can't be stopped. It certainly cannot be stopped if you're using it today. And the surveillance state certainly cannot be stopped if you're installing the cameras today. I'm not going to sit here and have some litmus test for purism or quality. I don't have Alexa in my house. There's no Ring camera on my door. And so far to date, call me stupid, I don't know how to use ChatGPT. I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it, because I don't see how it brings benefit to this earth. I'm involved in the conversations that do. I'm involved in fighting the cases that I know we can win. And I'm using the language that I know can work. And I'm proving that it works. I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. God is speaking to you too. But one thing I know for sure, God needs all of us. We need to be inspired, and we need to do the right thing right now.